morning, everybody. Happy Thursday, number one day of the week. Let's go. We're in a great mood, baby. Coming off an awesome challenge last night. If you didn't watch it, don't watch this video because we got some spoilers coming up. Boom, here it goes. Episode 3 just premiered last night of Spies, Lies, and Allies, 37, all that good stuff. So, if you saw it, you know, it kicks off. I got my new partner, Tori, now. We're kind of like the dream team. I mean, we got 2 people from the tri-state. What more could you want? All right? 2 absolute beasts. Me and Tori, we get to know each other. We share a little dinner date, right, over a bowl of cabbage. I'm sure you saw that. That was probably the only food item in the house that we really could find that would look good for like a date, you know? So, we popped open his bowl of cabbage, said, all right, let's get to know each other. Let's talk about our strategy, our game, what we're going to do. And we end up having what was probably like one of the dumbest conversations I've ever had in my entire life. We're both some goofy people, I'll tell you what. And when you put us together, nothing really serious happens. Like, we were cracking up. We were having a blast. It was such a good time. Like, we were dying laughing, just sharing this bowl of cabbage. But we didn't talk about one serious thing. So much so that after our little dinner date to, like, get to know each other and talk about gameplay, it was over. And I was like, yeah, Tor, maybe we should have, like, a serious conversation. She's like, yeah, no, that was definitely not anything. That was, yeah. So, we ended up having like a real chat after that, but that little dinner cabbage date was great. And I think it paid off. I think that was our little good luck charm there because, we get into the next day, challenge day, 3rd challenge, and this one is Sea Cave Recon. It's a big swim. We got 2 fishes, me growing up on the Schuylkill, Tor from the Jersey Shore. And, you know, we did great in this challenge. I'm not going to lie. We had a good strategy going into it. We talked it over before we were about to jump. I'm like, Tor, all right, this is what we're going to do. She's like, this is what we're going to do. Our strategy was basically, I'm going to jump in. I'm going to dive right for that first bomb. I'm going to pass it off to her. And then I'm just going to start booking it to the second bomb. And we're both going to just kind of try and keep up with each other as we're swimming through that cave. And let me tell you, that cave was way longer than I was expecting. I thought it was going to be a quick swim. And on TV, it might look like a quick swim. But that cave must have been, oh my gosh. If I had to guess, like definitely longer than a football field. Maybe like 2 football fields. I don't know, but you gotta swim all the way into the cave and then all the way back out. Meanwhile, the waves from the ocean are coming in, crashing into you. And literally, like, the waves, when it would come in, you would bob up with the wave, like 5 feet. So you're swimming along this rock wall, and the wave would come in, and you would rise 5 feet up, and there might be a rock right there. So I'm ducking out of the way, like, holy shit. They didn't have helmets on us or nothing, so, I mean, Tommy ends up getting concussed, as you can see. That was really shitty. Yeah, I felt bad for Tommy because I liked him. That was one of my favorite guys in the house. He was the man. Me and Tommy were such good bros. Even today, like, we still talk, text each other all the time. Tom's such a great dude. But yeah, that was a dangerous one. And that was probably the most, like, intense, like, physically. Like, that was brutal. That swim was brutal, but the whole time I'm just thinking, this is for $1 million. I had no gas in my tank, but I was just going with whatever I had left. And, oh my God, Michelle, what a beast. She jumps in the water. I don't know what happened. Maybe it was the camera, the GoPro that they had mounted on us. That might have smacked her in the face when she landed. I think that might have been what happened, why she had her nose bleeding. She, like, gashed it. She ended up needing stitches. But even bleeding the whole time, she was on my ass. I'm swimming my little heart out, and I'm going. I'm like, I gotta be way ahead. And I look back, and she's literally, boom, like, right, like I could touch her. I was like, oh my God, so I gotta start, I go into, like, overdrive mode. I'm like, let's go, baby, kick it up. Like, you can't get beat right now. Let's go ahead. But, oh, yeah, we got into shore after that. And the first thing I said to Michelle, I'm like, you were a swimmer. You had to be a swimmer. She's like, yeah, I forget what she said back in like high school or college or whatever, but she was definitely on the swim team. She confirmed it, and yeah, dude, she was fast. She was fast as hell. That was incredible. Like, I would have never swam that fast if she wasn't on my ass the whole time. And it came down to less than a second, but me and Tor pulled it out of the bag. We called ourselves Hoagie One. Like Hoagie One Kenobi, you know, we're the dream team Hoagies. Some people call them subs or something, or some other kind of sandwich, but nah. If you're from the Philadelphia, Jersey area, you know it's a hoagie. If you don't know what a hoagie is, then come on down here, get yourself a hoagie. So yeah, we went by Hoagie One. We did call ourselves Hog and Das, you know, like Hog and Das ice cream, the gruesome twosome. I mean, we were a brutal team, man. Absolute powerhouse team. So we pulled out that dub, and then we had some big decisions to make, and I said, I'm going to sit back, let Tor make all these decisions. Because as the new guy, I don't want to start calling out vets, because I knew if I threw a vet in there, everybody's coming for me, because they're going to know, that probably wasn't Tor. That was Ed, new guy, making a big move. And I could have made a big move, but I decided to play it safe. If I go back in for a second season, right off the rip, I'm making big moves. I should have made big moves off the rip this season now, looking back. But that was my first time in power. Didn't know what to do. Didn't know what was going on. So I just sat back. I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to make these decisions. I'm going to let Tor make the decisions. That way I don't really get any backlash and nobody's mad at me. So yeah, we end up sending in Brenda and Corey. I didn't want to send in Corey at all. But Tori thought that maybe that was the easiest decision for us as a team. And I actually had a conversation with Corey before. We knew that Tommy was out due to an injury. So I told him, I'm like, Corey, this is the last thing I want to do. But we're 99% sure men aren't even competing tonight. It looks like it's going to be a just female elimination. So we have to say somebody's name. I'm like, Corey, like, I hate to do this. I don't want to do this. But I think we're going to have to say you. But just know that you're probably not going to have to compete. There's a 99% certainty that it's no dudes are going to be competing tonight because of the fact that Tommy had been injured. So we needed to reorganize the teams. So yeah. Thank God it ended up happening. We get into elimination. Well, Tasha and Jeremiah were the house vote because of their incredible performance in the daily challenge. Man, I feel bad. Jeremiah, he was definitely like ready to go. I knew like he like was a little shit in his pants, but I think he would have done it. But then Tasha, she just grabbed onto him and pulled him under the water, trying to like save herself. I don't know if they realized, but they both had life jackets on. They could have just floated and just leaned back and bobbed in the water. But when you're in that situation and the waves are crashing, I guess you start freaking out and you just grab onto whatever's close. So Tasha started drowning Jeremiah, and he was like, fuck this, I'm out. Like, she grabbed the wall, he grabbed the wall. They were like, I'm done. So unfortunately, that got them sent into elimination. Jeremiah didn't have to compete. It was just a Tasha Berna elimination. And it was brutal to watch. That elimination probably took an hour because them poles would not stay on. Them women just kept stacking them up and then they're falling off. I think they probably should have put a little angle wedge on them to help them poles stay on because they couldn't keep the poles on. Oh my God, it was tough to watch. I'm yelling the whole time. I'm like, do something different. Like, I would have had a different strategy probably than what they were doing. They should have organized them definitely first, but I don't know, man. That was a good episode overall. You saw CT's ass cheeks. You saw Tommy coming out of the water, concussed, not even knowing what the heck's happening. But Big Red, dude, he made it known. Big Red is here. He walked out, no pants on, just fruit bowl swinging in the wind. He didn't give a shit. But, yo, that was just incredible performances everywhere, all around. Brutal challenge. Definitely one of the most strenuous physical things I've ever done in my life. But, yeah, it was just crazy. What else happened in that episode? I don't really know. I'm getting at like the 10-minute mark now. I'm rambling, so I got to shut it down. But we'll be back next week. Once episode 4 drops, I'll give you some more of my inside scoop. I'll let you guys know my thoughts on what I was thinking, my little recaps, any kind of bonus stuff we got. What else happened in this episode before I sign off? I don't know, the whole thing with like Big T, maybe getting thrown in. Thor was like, maybe I'll throw Big T in, but then she didn't. Nah, that was fine. What else happened? Not a lot much more happened. That was about it. I gave you all the highlights of the episode, so there it is. Ed out. I'm done. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Have a good one. Take care. Salud. Chindan.